Let's do a full face of Anastasia Beverly Hills. I still can't believe that they sent me all of these products. I'm so thankful, but I'm very, very excited to try this out. This is the brow gel. We're gonna start with it. This is the Brow Freeze Gel, and I've been hearing nothing but great things about it. So we're gonna do our brows first, just in case. If I need to remove them, it'll be easy, but I have high hopes. I like to back comb. It's a fun little comb there, a little flat side, a little shorter bristle, a little longer. I'm just gonna coat the brows. Let's start shaping them into place. I'm actually super happy with that. As you can see, there's like a longer bristle side, a shorter bristle side, but then also a flat side that you can actually use to lay down the brow, and it worked pretty well. I understand why people like it. Now we gotta fill in some of these gaps. So I've never tried their brow definer. I have tried the Brow Wiz, which we'll definitely use, but I kind of want to try the brow definer for the front of the brow, which is like a thicker pencil. Let me see. See how like it's just pretty thick in general. I'm gonna lightly press and see what happens. I feel like that did a good job of filling in, but now I need to like define and clean up things. So using the Brow Wiz in soft brown, we're just gonna kind of start creating these small lines where there are gaps. The only thing I don't have for this full face is a foundation, and I actually went to go buy the foundation just to make sure I had a full face, and it was sold out, so I couldn't even buy it. But I have used the Luminous foundation before, and I love it. I would have actually loved to have purchased it, but I'm gonna do a different foundation off camera and then move on to the rest of the stuff. They didn't send me any concealer, but I happened to just buy the Magic Touch concealer in the shade number 2, so we're gonna use that. Now they sent me a backup of my favorite contour stick, which is Fawn from Anastasia. However, they also sent me a cream bronzer. So I feel like I wanna try that since I've never tried it before. This is the shade Golden Tan. I love the beautiful packaging. Looking at the color, I have a feeling it might not be my favorite just because it looks pretty golden, but I'm gonna trust the process. I'm gonna try it. We'll see if we like it as much as we like the contour stick in Fawn. Definitely more bronzing, of course, than a contour stick. It's definitely on the yellow orange side for me. That being said, just thinking about the formula, it is blending out so easily. It's so easy to apply to the face and just seamlessly mixes in with your foundation. I'll definitely get my use out of that, just not as much as the contour stick. So let's add a little bit of that contour stick to the cheekbones and just anywhere I want a little bit more oomph. See that? It adds that little bit of sculpting that I like. What I might do is use a little bit more of that next time and a tiny bit of the bronzer and see how it works. I think I just went a little ham with the bronzer. I honestly don't know if she still has the Dewy set, which is similar to MAC Fix Plus, so I'm just gonna use MAC Fix Plus since I don't have that. But I do remember liking Dewy set. I went through a full bottle. The base is definitely basing so far. Let's try a powder. I have not tried her powders, and I love how beautiful this giant packaging is. They sent me the shade Vanilla, which looks light. Oh, crossed fingers. I was a little worried that sometimes the lightest shade of a powder are still too dark or they turn darker under my eyes, so I have to be careful with this one and just watch out. This made me immediately think of the shade in the Fit Me powder, which actually works for me, the shade number 5, so let's see if we can get fancy with Anastasia. I also love how much comes out in that little sifter section. Let's pounce out any creases. And then just in the cap there is some, so I'm gonna take some of that, get the excess off on the palm of my hand, and then press into the eyes. You guys will see live. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a look up close. I'm really liking the powder right now, and I can't tell if it's oxidizing, which is probably a good sign because something like the Charlotte Tilbury powder, if I put that under my eyes, it turns my face an entire shade darker. This is going well. I approve. They sent me a million eyeshadow palettes, so I'm making my way through. And one palette I always wanted growing up and just never got because there were so many on the market, you can only buy so many, was the Modern Renaissance. And they came out with this new mini. This palette, the larger size, took over the internet, and you guys probably remember this. I think I'm gonna start with this purpley shade right here and just get that into the crease very lightly. I feel like this pink shade is calling my name, so let's use that in our outer corner. It's gonna be quite bright, but oh, that's beautiful. If you're not used to using pinks and reds, just be careful because this will probably stain my lids for the next day. But I love a pink and a purple because it makes the green in my eyes stand out. And then I'm just gonna use that shimmer right there with my finger. Press that in, so pretty. A trick I like to do to make my eyes look just a little bit wider is put some of that onto my fluffy brush and just do the same thing with my eyes wide open. So you get that slight sheen. It just opens everything up a bit. Since we're in that pinky theme, I used a purple liner. This is TYNT in the shade Haze. I think for the lower lash line, I'm gonna take it neutral. I'm gonna use this shade right here, which I could see myself using a lot in general. I'm just gonna buff that on the lower lash line. To add that slight hint of pink, just take the brush you were using before with that pink shade right there and just lightly buff that shade out because it'll just kind of pick up a little bit of that pink that's left on the brush. Nice because this palette is super versatile. You can make it pinks, you can make it neutrals. I love that there's a shimmer. I love that there's a lot of mattes. Yes, I totally forgot to use a stick blush. Normally I would choose to use a stick or cream blush before powder, but we're gonna try it after just because I forgot. One of the shades I got is Soft Rose and the other shade is Latte. Ooh, I feel like I will use this more so, but I feel like Rose is perfect for the look today. So we're gonna use that one. Let's just swatch them so you guys can see. This is Rose, Soft Rose, sorry, and Latte. Yeah, I feel like I'm more of a this kind of wearer. I feel like maybe I should do this. Let's just go for it. I'm gonna use Latte just because I'm not a super pinky blush. I might need to do that with a neutral look just to see if I like it. But this has enough pink in it for me. That is actually going on super easily and not picking up any of my foundation or powder. Like it's mixing well. I find that to be extremely rare. Normally you'll get a little bit of disturbance, but there is nothing going on here that's anything that it shouldn't be doing. Does that make sense? Lovely product, but now we have the new Sun Idol highlight. Get this thing open. I mean, this packaging alone, it's so weighted and so incredibly stunning. Now, I do have the Anastasia Amrezy, so let's compare these. Anastasia Amrezy is on my middle finger, and then the Sun Idol, which is the new one. Close, so close, but like, this is definitely the closest thing they've come to making a copy of it. This is so old, so I should definitely retire it. So on my hand, here's the swatch. I went like this, which means this is my middle finger, Anastasia Amrezy, and this is Sun Idol. I'd say that Amrezy is a little less gold, but like by a hair. All right though, shut up Kayla, and let's put it on our face. Let's see what it's doing. I'm doing a little bit extra because I really want to make it pop, but you could shear this out. I'm just like building away because I want you guys to be able to see the impact. Straight on, it's really important that for my pale skin, it's not too dark and you can't see it. And then now, boom, you can. I do like to melt everything together one more time before applying mascara and lips. Let's do that just using, again, MAC Fix Plus. I'm always hesitant with new mascaras because most mascaras transfer on me if they're not tubing. So we're gonna do a separate video on the lash sculpt and do a little bit of a wear test. Sent over 2 lip liners and I kind of want to try muted mauve because I feel like with the eye look, that's what we're going for. Oh, I didn't know that their packaging was like squared for their lip liners. I actually like that. It's easy to hold. I'm working on lining my lips and this is definitely coming off a little bit warmer than I actually thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be more in the purpley realm and I'd say it's more on the brown with a hint of purple, which I guess muted mauve kind of makes sense. We're going to use the shade Hush Pink as our lipstick, Tan Rose as our lip gloss, and this is the finished look. I probably wouldn't pair this lip with this eye, but you know, we were just testing new products that we got. So let me know what you guys think, and if you're still here for some crazy reason, comment a star. Bye.